Power on. Select your players.
Pierre, Sarah, Glenn.
Select your topic.
Games.
Select your format.
Entertaining podcast.
They're called the Button Boys. So make some fucking noise. 'Cause they're gonna talk about video gaming and stuff.
Button Boys.
Hello and welcome to Button Boys, a video games podcast where we talk about video games, we talk about our video gaming gripes, and also we've got our first ever competition. We'll be giving you and 100 friends the chance to have dinner with Sarah Keyworth. Isn't that exciting? Sorry to lay this on you now. I didn't mean to try you.
100
Yeah, you
friends.
and 100 friends.
Yeah, and I have to book it.
Yeah.
I have to book
I think Bella
have to find-
Italia
I have to
can do
find
it
the
at pretty
restaurant.
short notice. Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
You and 100 friends and you're sat on the corner.
You're going to have
Yeah.
to book a Greek wedding venue or
I
something.
would also like the dread of meeting a person with 100 friends.
100, yeah, they can't be
man.
close friends.
Fucking hell.
When I think about like parties and stuff I used to have at uni, like when I was like my 19th or whatever, and it would like me and a friend of mine, Emily, we'd have like joint parties and we'd feel so much pride in having like, we'd have like over 100 people. And if I had to have a conversation with any of those people now,
No way.
I'd leave the building. I'd leave any building I was in. I didn't know
People
any
say
of
to
them. I
me,
didn't
like,
obviously know them very well.
There's going to be 200 people at my wedding. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry
Oh,
to
man.
hear
So
it.
we got so many relatives.
Yeah.
You've signed up for sort of a marathon, really.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're hosting a fete. A fete?
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah, school fair.
You're the
Yeah.
mayor of a hamlet.
Yes. It's horrible.
Same question as always. What have you been playing?
Whatever happened to make Hell Let Loose get full of fucking cheaters and people who don't know how to play, it's over. I don't know if it was on Game Pass. I don't know if it was on sale. But they've gone now.
I was reading a feature in Edge magazine a couple of weeks ago
Yeah?
with the people who are making Vietnam, the one that's coming out next year, and they were saying that they are aware of the fury that they get from real, like, grounded players whenever they do these free weekends or whatever, and like anyone can play, and they're like, don't let the kids into the
Yeah.
let the kids into the laser quest.
It's more just like the Weatherspoons under 10s party.
Yeah,
And you go,
yeah.
That's not what this is for. That's not what this is for. And it's really hard to balance because of those 1,000 noobs, you'll get like another 20 good players out of them or something, and the rest. But like, you'll see in the chat people being like, I can't jump or slide or do all the kind of like parkour Call of Duty shit. And you're like, no, you're a tank mechanic.
I
You
think,
can't-
though-
you don't even have a gun.
I think this is deliberate because bear in mind, this is a war where conscription was a big part of it. So I think actually it's a pretty accurate representation of conscription.
I died.
You unfortunately got a Wilfred Owen on your team. Stop writing poems!
I got shot because a fucking lunatic 17-year-old couldn't concentrate long enough to reload. That's true. That is actually very...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the sort of grizzled captain in the corner.
It's like, God, he's goddamn greenhorns. Keep saying things like that. My platoon's too green.
Yeah.
Then they were too green.
You've
but
got Blackadder and Baldrick.
yeah, if Baldrick was a kind of like Ritalin-infused Uzbek tea, who's just
Playing in an internet cafe.
playing in an internet cafe, drinking Monster and
Yeah.
spamming the chat with slurs, I don't even understand.
Never come close to a cunning plan.
But they've gone now, and it's difficult because you want new players so the game doesn't die. And Lord knows enough good games have died over the years from people just moving on to the next big thing. And it's very sad. I remember as a teenager looking at you look at all the lobbies and it's just like players 0 out of 20, 0 out of 50. You go, oh, no one on earth is playing this game online. No one.
Yeah.
And that is sad. And I don't want that to happen. But at the same time, if even it's 50 versus 50 in the servers, if even 20 of the players on either side are like that, it's unplayable. It's such a delicate setup of a game that
Yes, because everyone's got responsibilities.
yeah, So the second someone is just pissing around.
It's tricky as a piss arounder.
Yes, you're here to represent these people.
Yeah, it's quite tricky, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I would be one of those people.
Because you've got to start somewhere.
I'm a fair weather pisser.
Fair weather pissy, yeah.
Yeah.
You only piss when it's sunny.
I
You're
only-
having a really difficult autumn right
The
now.
winter is painful, really painful.
You need a sad lamp,
I am.
and then you can wee.
Yeah. I can only pee when my sad lamp is on,
Yeah.
and the heating's on,
Yes.
and
Yes.
Louisa is tweeting like a bird.
Yeah.
She hates it.
Yeah.
She hates it.
There are some
Yeah.
filtration like this, like servers where you have to be a certain level to join and things. So they do try and
Yeah.
filter them out. But To give you an example of the delicacy of the system, there's a mobile spawn point called a half track, and it's just a truck. And if you park it somewhere, you can spawn there instead of at the start of the map.
Oh, lovely.
A bit further in, yeah?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the truck looks really cool and has a big gun on top.
Yeah.
So new players are like, why isn't anyone driving this?
Yeah.
And they get in and just start pootling it. And the second someone's driving it, you can't spawn.
Chimpanzees in the golf buggy.
And the golf buggy has the nuclear suitcase. The president's nuclear suitcase.
Yeah, so actually what you're not playing is Dunstan Checks In, is what you're playing.
Yeah, because a guy whose name is XX420, Jimmy Savile's hat, XX420, is driving the only spawn point in the game towards a tiger tank.
So Jimmy didn't even wear a hat. That's the most frustrating thing. Sarah, what have you been playing?
So cheery.
Well, this is less an answer to what I've been playing, but more I have been obsessing over. Because my partner and I just went to Athens and we were walking around a very quaint area that was full of history, and then there was some graffiti on the wall, and I sent it to the group chat.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, and just memories like blasted into my head.
Because I don't recognise this.
This character, well, that's not actually the main character, but it's one of the characters from an anime called Hamtaro.
I know this character. That's what it is.
And they used to have, there was a Game Boy game called Ham Unite.
Right.
There must have been, couldn't have been longer than maybe 6 months to a year period where...
Hams are hamsters.
Yeah, they're hamsters.
Oh, okay, I would have said
so
that's a
this
mouse.
graffiti is like a anime hamster with like a purple set of ears, and its eyes are like it's being sort of hypnotized.
Correct. So
And I
far,
was
yeah.
like, oh my God, I know that guy.
Did you feel like you'd found a collectible?
It was so weird because I have not thought about this in any way.
Yeah.
And I stopped in the street and Louisa walked off and she was like, what are you doing? And I had to reverse image search it because I was like, I know him.
Yeah, it's like if you saw really photorealistic graffiti of your cousin
Yeah.
in Tunisia. And you're like,
You
what
go,
are you...
look, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
And so I've gotten completely fixated on remembering Ham's Unite.
Yeah.
And we were obsessed with Hamtaro. I had like figurines. I had like all of the merch. And
What did you do in the game?
It was
What's
a
the
TV.
premise?
It was a TV show,
Right.
an anime show, and the premise of the game is that you are Hamtaro, which is basically that hamster you're looking at, but with an orange set of ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're trying to find all of your friends for sort of your clubhouse or something like this. And if they've all kind of scattered, and it's got Pokemon-esque gameplay. It sort of feels like that sort of game. You can come in and out of different zones by just going off the screen. And there's a whole language that you learn, like different ways of saying like hi and dig in the game, and you have to unlock these abilities to solve puzzles. And I remember being completely in love and obsessed with this game.
Were you fluent in it by the end?
But I got stuck.
Right.
I got stuck in the game and couldn't complete it. And I remember, suddenly I was like, I remember the feeling. I remember where I got stuck. I just didn't know where to go next.
Right.
And I must have just put it down and then moved on with my life. And now I'm 32 years old. And I'm like, oh yeah, I had a love affair with C&X.
Oh,
And then I abandoned it.
Yeah,
So
I
it was
couldn't
like
believe it.
at the end of La La Land when Emma Stone is now a big movie star and she goes down to that jazz cafe and then Ryan Gosling comes out.
But
and starts playing
Hamtaro's
it.
there.
Yeah, and you just nod at each other and the hamster nods back at you.
Yeah.
And your partner's like,
Hamtaro's
you need to stop having
digging a
LSD
tunnel.
in Greece. Yeah.
So I nod. But now I'm like, what else have I forgotten about?
I know
What else do I not know?
I had a flashback years ago to a game where I was like, yeah, I completed that. And then I saw someone saying, oh, the final level is like this, this, and this. And I thought, I've never done that.
No, you chose your own end credits.
I had to go back and do it.
Out of a sense of compulsion?
Yeah, because I was like, I've believed that I completed that game this whole time.
You're lying on your CV.
I'm lying on my CV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been.
That's why we hired you for this podcast.
I know.
Dropped out in first year, didn't you?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was uni.
Yeah, I had to do it. Are you going to try and find a way to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to try and
Yeah,
find it.
you have
Great.
to.
I wonder whether it's at my parents' house. My Game Boy Advance is definitely there. But
Oh,
is this
man.
game? I don't know.
No, but you'll be able to get it on eBay.
Yeah,
and I don't
yeah,
imagine
yeah.
it's that expensive. Was it nice walking around the ruins of Greece as well? Did it feel like you're in Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Can't remember a thing.
Don't say a dusty. That is a.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I think that's your favourite form of joke.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've only done it like twice on the podcast. That's the
Yeah,
second time.
but I've heard
But
you do it
there's
a lot.
plenty more.
We spent a lot of time together this year. You love doing, and we've had a fake game of
Well, because we spoke about Hogwarts Legacy.
Legacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
Odysseus, really.
Legacy.
Odysseus.
What would that? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, what would that mean?
It's a
like,
Trojan horse with a huge dump.
I was trying to think like an ass that can't go home.
yeah.
Takes ages to go
In
home.
hindsight, we should have known there was something up with the horse.
I'm not letting that into my city.
Yeah.
but the attackers left.
Yeah.
But left an enormous like hentai horse outside.
In tribute to us, they have left a statue of pregnant Sonic. A big hollow belly full of Greek soldiers.
So marvelously tentacular. Look at all the Sonic's tentacles. Isn't that marvelous?
The cunning Greeks hid in Sonic's belly. Crept out by night. So I don't think this is the...
Homer Simpson with an enormous dick. No, I don't. It's
made of wood.
They're all at the gates. Why aren't they bringing us in?
We got to bring it in to burn it because we can't leave that outside our gate. People will think we want people to...
They'll think we made it.
They'll think we like that.
Yeah.
It's a perfect ploy because a nice horse statue you might leave outside as a welcome.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well, that's our exclusive. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is coming out in cinemas next year. We're delighted to be sponsored just by Miramax.
The fucking headache of trying to bend the planks of wood to make a big bum for a horse. Just the carpenters going, we can't.
Why am I doing this?
There's we have to wet and dry it alternate sides just to...
Bigger.
More bootylicious. Yes, my liege.
More curves.
Well, I've been playing.
Yeah.
I've been playing something that I think I know producer Ben would love. I know, Pierre, you would love.
Yes, you
to the point
teased-
where I withheld this
Ooh,
information
yeah.
from Pierre the other day. I was like, I'm playing a game that you're going to absolutely adore. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
But you
Sarah,
told Pierre
I think you'd like it as
everything.
well. No, it was we were hanging out.
He
We
said-
weren't hanging out. It was like we do invite you to. Yeah. So
What were you doing?
we've
You
been
play-
cheating on you with we've got a different podcast together that we do sometimes as well.
Is it called Ham Hams Unite?
It's not. It's called Bud Pod, and I'm really sorry.
We
Sorry, I
are-
had to find out
Bud
this way.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're buds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to take over a podcast called Bud Pod, isn't it?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Or to have it taken over.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
optics aren't great.
Yeah.
But I've been playing a game
We'll
called...
rename it Chess Club.
I've been playing a game called...
Chess
But
Club.
to be clear, Glenn teased me with it by saying I've had to make notes on the train to try and figure things out in it. So it's
Oh
I know.
my
Yeah,
No,
that's-
not in that way. Not in that way. There's no equations or anything like that.
My eyes are closed.
Okay, right. Sarah's gonna have a nap, and
Keys
we're just gonna
sleeping.
Wake me up when it's over. You're making notes.
hear me out. So I've been playing a game called the Séance of Blake Manor. It came out just before Halloween. Do you know of this?
I've heard of it.
Right, it's been causing
I
quite
know
the
nothing
stir.
about it.
Came out of nowhere.
Spooky dooky.
In a gentle way. It's from the publishers of Blueprints, and visually it looks like Blueprints. Not the developers, but the publishers. It looks like Blueprints visually,
I'm listening.
but it's basically Return of the Obra Dinn.
I'm
It's a
not.
detective mystery game. It's a detective mystery game.
I'm the Vince McMahon meme now.
You're-
Everything you say, I'm going further. back
And
on
wait
my chair.
till we start getting into the whole like Irish like mythology and the like.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you are.
Red
It's set.
eyes.
It's set. The like, late 1800s.
Pierre's tongue is rolled out of his mouth.
You say hubba hubba, and the heart is like thumping out of your chest.
And my foot is going like that.
Your head has turned into that of a wolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big long eyes.
You were sent to this hotel in rural Ireland on the west coast of Ireland in the late 1800s. You arrive on a Friday night, and on Sunday it's Halloween, and basically at this hotel, a famous mystic is going to be performing a séance on the Sunday night, and as a result, it's attracted lots of fans and people from all over the globe to go to this and stay at this hotel and attend this séance. However, someone's gone missing, and you've been tasked with finding this missing woman. So you arrive on this Friday night, rain-soaked hotel. It's first person. You can walk around this hotel. You've got your own specific room, and you were basically tasked with just finding this missing person. But the way it works is about 25 people in the hotel, combination of staff and guests, and you talk to them, you get information from them. Every time you pick up a clue, it ends up in a sort of like part of a web in your inventory, and anything that's in your web you can talk to people about and ask people about, and that gradually unlocks this sort of wider mystery of what's going on. You only have until Sunday night, and every interaction you have with someone, whether it's picking something up or saying something to someone, moves the time forward by 1 minute. So this feels stressful at first, but actually when you start to realize I can do 60 things an hour, it actually becomes a bit more reasonable. But it's just so sprawling. And the Friday night acts as a sort of tutorial where, you know, the manager leaves his office and you want to find some stuff in the manager's office, and you know you've got to get it done by 11 p.m. because by 11 p.m. he's going to come back into his office. So what you do is by talking to guests, you sort of glean their schedules and you work out, okay, this woman's going to be at lunch between 12 and 1, so I can sneak into her room for that 1 hour and find stuff out. Or this person's going to be in the conservatory at noon, so I can talk to them for a little while. And so you're just trying to... It hasn't got as much deduction as Obra Dinn, but the way it kind of works is when you get closer to unraveling the mystery, your character will sometimes go like, I think I've got enough info to form a hypothesis. And then it then turns into basically Case of the Golden Idol, where it's blank did blank, and then blank did that, and then you choose which words fit into there, and then that solves a bit of the mystery. And I found myself just like you were saying with Dorf Romantic, where when you first started playing it, you're like, oh no. That's kind of how I felt with this, because it was like, it is imperative I get this game out of the way, like as quickly as possible. I was like getting my laptop out on the tube for like 4 minutes at a time just to do a bit more. And it wasn't so much, I wasn't making notes in my phone. What I was doing was something I haven't done since Disco Elysium, which I was so excited whenever I wasn't playing the game. I was writing a to-do list on my phone of, I must talk to this guest, I must do this.
Wow.
Oh, and then occasionally what happens is you'll find a key in like a staff room, and that'll be like, this unlocks the entire west wing of the manor, and you suddenly go, there's 8 bedrooms in there, oh my god, I can explore 8 different, and it just starts to unlock, and it gets really exciting. It's got this nice Gosford Park element of the different lifestyles of the people who are staying at the hotel and the servants who are sort of staying in the sort of servants' quarters downstairs. Exactly. There's a lot of sort of interesting themes about stuff like class system. There's a hell of a lot of stuff about conflicting gods and different ideals, and there's Catholicism versus people with essentially sort of pagan interests, and people talking about like Tir na Og and stuff like that. There's so much going on. It's decently spooky in that it's not an outright horror game, but sometimes when you walk into a room, it's just a ghost there for like a split second, and then it just goes. It's just, it's that sort of crackle of lightning.
Sounds like horror to me.
It's one of the best things I've played this year. It's absolutely astonishing. I think it will, in time, early prediction is it will go down as being something that's mentioned in the same breath as Obra Dinn, because those games don't really come along that often.
No, there seems to be such a high price of work, right? Well, you essentially need 12 good writers sitting and building a mystery layer by layer.
And this isn't as complex as Obra Dinn. Obra Dinn required quite a lot of superhuman thinking at times.
Yeah.
This is a case of you're not necessarily having to work out a ton of stuff. You're more just trying to utilize the time you have to gather the most effective clues. You could try to power through by just talking to every guest about every single thing in your web, but eventually you're like, well, this guest would like an exorcism performed on her, so obviously I'm going to talk to the priest. That's who I'll talk to about that sort of thing.
Yes.
There's no point talking to one of the maids about how to perform an exorcism. So by having a better grasp of who the characters are, you use your time more effectively.
Your social battery starts to go down.
Your social battery starts to go down because you realise after a while that essentially what's going to happen is this seance might be dangerous, and you're trying to stop people from attending the seance.
Right.
So the idea is, over the course of this weekend, not only are you trying to uncover this main mystery of what happened to this missing woman, you're trying to stop 25 people individually from going to this seance.
Jesus Christ, some holiday.
It's
What's
just
the breakfast like?
the breakfast is you go down to the dining room every hour. Every hour. That's me at a hotel. You go like
your false mustache.
Breakfast is served at a particular time, and you can either use that time to snoop around people's bedrooms, knowing they're not going to be there, or you can go down for breakfast, in which there's just lots of slabs of meat and cheeses, and you are then
continental,
continental. So you're then sat with people and you chat with them for the hour, and then that's how it sort of spends the hour for you.
Can you take
it's not a buffet as
back up
such.
to your room?
It's continental but served to you, which I always hate. I hate when a hotel's like cook breakfast and they don't. It's not a buffet. That's the worst.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
No, that's the worst of every world. That's the real haunting.
That's surreal. That's for real. The Séance of Blake Manor.
Yeah.
But this is absolutely one of the best things I've played this year. It'll be in my top 3 by the end of the year. Like, I'd be so surprised if it isn't.
You're right about the social battery thing.
Yeah.
Should be an autism-friendly version of the Séance of Blake Manor where
Yeah.
you don't talk to anyone, you just sit and work it out.
Yeah, can I text you? Can I just text you
sit
my
in your,
questions?
Sit in your room and go, I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll figure it
yeah.
out. Just give me all the documents and I'll figure it out.
Well,
I'll talk to 3 people a day.
What's nice is
And I'll talk.
every time.
I'll do the talking.
Yeah, I'll talk and then they'll tell me one thing and then I'm going to push them out my room. Go away!
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Slam the door.
Every time you think you're sort of on top of it and you think some event will then take you out of action for a couple of hours, my
Sure.
character did something on a Saturday. By the end of a Saturday night, I was like, I can't believe I get another whole extra day. I've got the whole of Sunday and I'm so close to figuring this out. And an event happened to my character where
I
he woke
love
up.
it when a Sunday feels like that.
My character woke up at 11 a.m. on the Sunday and it was like, that wasn't part of the fucking deal.
No
You slept in.
No.
You slept in.
Yeah.
I don't get to sleep in real life. That's not fair. I guess maybe that was the real escapism of the game. I got to experience what it's like to have a lion.
Wait, you're just like playing Weekend Break Simulator. City Break
Yeah.
Simulator.
Role
You
play
go to a
lion.
hotel,
Yeah.
and you can have a breakfast.
Yeah.
And a lion.
You wake up feeling refreshed.
It's a fabulous game.
Would you like us to bring you some meat, sir?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's just,
Yeah.
I just absolutely loved it. I think it's really, really accessible as well.
Is there VO or is it text?
Yeah, really good voice acting.
It's good, though.
Across the board, convincingly. I've
Convincingly
heard
Irish?
from people who are Irish that it does sound convincingly so, and various different dialects, but also not everyone in the hotel is Irish because you've got people
Of course,
from all
yeah.
over the world.
They've done the whole thing of like, well, when I first heard about this
Yep,
seance,
inevitably there's a guy from New Orleans
Yep.
who turns up. There's all that, but
Yep.
it's like I guess it gives the game a bit more sort of it makes the game more interesting and it gives it a bit more diversity than if it was just.
Makes it an Agatha, doesn't it?
It makes it an Agatha. It's exactly an Agatha
Yeah,
Christie.
yeah.
Russell Brand's there.
Army Hammer. Yeah.
Sorry, he was in Murder on the Orient Express, the movie.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise, what a strange.
I just thought you'd lost your mind.
Yeah, Russell Brand's in that. And Army Hammer, but they filmed it before Army Hammer was cancelled. But then, so did they, same with Russell Brand.
So it's like a haunted film.
I felt
Yeah,
I
loads
felt there was
of
another
people.
person
Wow.
in there as well.
Well,
I think, yeah, the reason that stuff is so rare is because it's just so much work.
It's such a complex web the
'Cause
way the game works.
You're
Well, yes.
scripting 17 films instead of one film.
yeah,
you know?
you have to think to yourself constantly, what if they go in this direction? What if they
Yeah.
choose to do this
Well, yeah,
thing?
because
What if they go rogue?
The whole web of things you can talk to people about. I can talk to like the 18-year-old stable hand about Turner Nog, and they obviously had to put in convincing dialogue of like, well, I don't fucking know. But they have to word it in different ways because sometimes in those sort of games where they'll just a character will just say like, well, I don't know much about that, and that's the line repeated.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone has a take. Everyone has something interesting to say. So how on earth they made it? Plus as well, trying to ensure that you don't discover too much information too quickly.
Yeah.
And that they sort of they deliberately draw it out so there's certain mysteries you cannot solve until like 8 p.m. on the final night. You go like it gets down to the wire whether you like it or not. And they do that quite convincingly by having like the whole basement area where the servants' quarters are. There's so many things that need to be solved down there, and you know it won't be open till a Sunday when a big delivery is going to happen between 9 and 12, and you've only got 3 hours to go down to the basement and sort that. So it streamlines you in that way.
Does it feel like the edit of the Traitors when they're doing the challenge and Claudia's going, "You've got 30 seconds left"?
Yeah, and you
And
go,
they're
no,
halfway
they
down a
don't."
hill.
Yeah,
And you go,
they're
"They're
fine.
obviously, yeah.
They're fine.
Are you really going to tell Celia Imrie that she's failed to make 20 grand for a charity after she's just pushed a horse up a hill for
My
2 hours?
favourite thing to do to really annoy Katie was get like too enthusiastic about the challenges. Where she'd be like, "You've won 20 grand." I'd go, "Fucking yes." There we go. There we go. Nice one, Tom Daly. Nice one.
I would have liked seeing someone get really close to all their faces and go, "You fucked it. You
Celia.
fucked it. And people are going to die."
I liked it when someone got murdered overnight once and Claudia Winkleman went, "You guys are breaking my heart." And it was like, what do you want them to do? Alan Carr's trying to have an orange juice. Like, just leave people be.
During their continental breakfast.
The
Yeah.
fruitiest breakfast of all time. They
Yeah.
must have had permanent diarrhea.
Say that about Alan Carr.
When you look at it, it's just pineapples. It's just garnishes.
It's the breakfast you'd leave in
You
an
see Alan Carr
enclosure.
and Tom Daly and call it a fruity breakfast. Is that it?
It's the breakfast of a chimp enclosure for enrichment. To enrich the chimps, we've put a load of fruit on a dining table and they
Full
can find
watermelon thrown into Alan Carr's mouth.
Button Boys.
I just got a PlayStation Portal, and that's really good fun because it's the handheld PlayStation.
It looks cool.
It looks really cool. It's a PS5 controller, but with a screen in the middle, so it just feels like you're holding a tray.
It looks like something out of Minority Report where Tom Cruise would have got the controller and gone,
Yeah.
Yes,
it's like expanded.
because you use the menu by touching it at the beginning, so you feel like you're inputting info into it. That feels really nice. But it has to be played with an internet connection, and my internet at my
Travel
flat
Wi-Fi.
is exactly. It's so bad that it ends up
every 5 kilobytes is brought to your door by the staff. Thank you. Sign here.
You have to ring up again and again.
Every
More, please.
I just felt. I'm taking my glasses off because I've done that thing where I've started steaming up again. Every game I played would look pirated because the internet connection was so it looked like it was like, sorry, someone filmed this in a cinema.
So your internet connection's so bad we've added massive yellow Burmese subtitles.
And it's
coughing.
infuriating to have such an incredible piece of technology in your hands and then sort of having to like crank it up.
Just on the side.
Like an old torch.
Yeah.
Winding.
Yeah, and it was like making the light bulbs flicker. And at one point, someone walked across the screen. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this?
People hammering on the wall from the room next door. Use the internet less loudly.
Yeah. You're
Quiet
making the
down.
shower go cold. Yeah.
I don't know, it's affecting the water. But yeah, it meant you've got to play games that are quite, I guess, languid and quite relaxing. Like, for instance, I saw, we spoke about it a few weeks ago, Wanderstop, that tea-making game. I was like, that's probably what I'm going to play. I saw the coffee talk games on there, and I was like, oh yeah, do you know what? Text-based games, what it's going to allow me to do is play. We spoke recently about how, like, you have certain consoles for certain games, like Nintendo Switch. I use that for like platformers and side scrollers and stuff like that. It feels weird having it on a big TV. So I think what this should help me play is all the stuff in my library that I'm never going to want to play on a big TV.
Yeah.
And it's kind of for handheld, because stuff like we're talking about Dispatch, that superhero cartoon game, where it's all like
you've
dialogue choices come where I failed the
you
tutorial.
were the worst ever.
Where dialogue choices come up, and you've only got 5 seconds to choose
You were the
one.
worst ever.
So obviously, because of the internet connection, it's like, oh, by the way, there was a decision you had to make 10 minutes ago, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, where's that gone? That's a bit was frustrating. You may have noticed, by the way, that we just gone into this. We've just gone into this episode, and this episode's called Sandbox for a reason. We just thought we'd just do an episode where we just chat games with no specific chat. I mean, a lot of it's been the Traitors, which isn't technically a video game, but it is a game.
It is a game, and I think we're not far from some kind of desultory
Ooh, yeah.
mobile
Traitors the
game version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I mean, Squid Game had its own mobile game, which was just red light, green light, which I was like, I'm probably not going to play this for longer than a minute. But I did play it.
It'd be great if in the Traitors game you could play as Claudia Winkleman. And so you're sort of smoking in your trailer for most of the day.
Yeah, and then they get, they sort of
And
bring
then
you
get
out.
to host a round table or something like that.
Or like the Traitors, but it's like The Sims, where you have to build the challenges and watch people betray each other and stuff, and you're sort of like watching it from above.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty good.
That would be great.
You're like, make Stephen Fry have to hula hoop for hours.
Did you
Just make him do that? And you go, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And
Did
hear
you
him
ever
go,
play-
oh, Tempest Fugit or whatever. While he's like wiggling his bum around in the hula hoop.
Did you ever play Among Us?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that the Traitor should have an Among Us element, because the best thing about Among Us was you caught people in the act. That was the point. You saw someone murdering someone else. You saw someone tampering with the electronics. That's what it should be. You should have seen like Alan Carr beheading Tom Daly like in a room and like, oh god, and he goes, he saw nothing. Yeah. That's what it should be.
I feel like they underestimated Alan Carr so much that they'd be like, "Oh, Alan,
Yeah,
shut the
silly.
door."
Yeah.
Sort of Halloween prank.
It's covered in blood.
Oh, Among Us. Yeah, I followed the trend and played
Big
that in
lockdown.
lockdown.
It was
Yeah.
such a lockdown game. What were your lockdown games?
Warzone.
Of course.
Civ 5.
Was that the most recent one at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
So my flatmate and I would... Have I talked about this?
Gumbo?
All day breakfast.
Oh, that was it.
We'd
You had
have
breakfast,
three
meals a day.
breakfasts. We'd have 3 breakfasts and play Civ 5 as allies against all of the hardest
You're at
computers.
Wetherspoons.
Yeah. Yeah, we turned our flat into a Civ 5 themed Wetherspoons, which would be called something like Gandhi's Rage, because he always nukes everyone.
Does he?
So there's a glitch in the old Civ 5 games that they've kept. I think Civ 2 did it. They introduced Gandhi as a leader, but to emphasize what a pacifist he is, each of the little AI people you could play as, like Gandhi or George Washington or Queen Victoria or whatever, would have like a rating for how likely they were to declare war on you. So with like Otto von Bismarck, like Prussia, it'd be like maximum 100 out of 100. So with Gandhi, they were like, oh, well, let's make it like not even 0. We'll make it like minus 100. Like he's so peace focused. The game interpreted minus 100 as 100 because of the way the coding worked. So they released the game and Gandhi was like the most insanely bloodthirsty. And the joke was that you'd have him as a
sort of member of Gandhi's family picking up the game.
Yeah.
And, you know,
That's not how I remember it.
Yeah.
have you heard that Granddad's in this?
See how accurate they got him. So like
He's this raging alcoholic.
He's tearing people's throats out.
Yeah.
and he would just be like insanely aggressive, and out of nowhere you'd be allies, and he would just nuke you. And he would nuke you a lot
Gandhi.
because also for it to be like accurate India, they would get nukes quite quickly because they got their own nuclear program.
Right.
So it's all historical accuracy, but yeah, the coding error meant that.
Gandhi.
Well, yeah, but then everyone thought it was
Gandhi's other timeline.
so funny, and everyone's posting on forums back in the day, going, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And so now it's like a thing. Right?
Wow.
If he's ever in the game, like he will betray you.
If Gandhi had seen his parents die when he was a child.
Yeah. They got killed in Crime Alley after the opera.
Yeah, but yeah, his fear is nukes, so he's become a big nuke.
He dresses like one. And when his silhouette just looks like a dick, and they have to cast this awful dick symbol into the sky, and you go, I want him to eradicate crime because I don't want to see the spotlight anymore. Commissioner Gordon, I think it's a crime that he keeps shining a dick into the
So
sky.
Commissioner Gordon, every time you put that in the sky, he just nukes us because we're telling him where we are.
He thinks we want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gandhi is like a rage monster and will betray you and nuke you. Yeah.
Before we carry on with this, just quickly, just 'cause it's going to stay in my head otherwise, is it illegal to fly a hot air balloon in the shape of a dick?
Yeah.
How
it's
in the
good-
shape
it's
of a
good we
dick?
cover that.
How in the shape of a dick?
Yeah.
As in, it's clearly it's anatomically
What are
correct.
the mechanics of the flight? So
Well, I haven't really worked in balloonery.
2 big, almost hot air balloon sized balls.
Yeah. It looks like Bioshock Infinite, like that city in the clouds, and it had these. It was like held up by large orbs.
And then a sort of towering
A
cock.
huge towering over. So there's a chance it like keeps tipping over
can
like a
keep
lilo. He's
flopping,
flipping over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But is that illegal visually to have in the sky?
It could be, yeah. It might be. If
Okay.
I think it quite comes under public nuisance.
But there's that eccentric billionaire.
Yeah, this is how he's decided to spend his money.
It just
And
must take so long to fill with air as
Yeah.
well, right? Because you need to hit the top of the balloon.
Yes.
To go up.
Yeah.
But then they'd just be like, well, short of shooting him down with a biplane like King Kong, we're going to have to wait till he lands.
Beauty killed the dick.
He's got to wait. We've got to wait till he gets bored.
Yeah. What did you play in lockdown? I know we played The Last of Us Part 2.
We played The
at
Last
the
of
same
Us.
time.
And that was when I fully got into Red Dead 2.
What a great time.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Red
A lot of
Dead.
time outside.
A lot of time outside, did some bird watching, did some fishing, some sitting by the fire. We've talked about this before. I think that was.
But it allowed you to play at the pace that the game ideally wanted you to play it at. Like
Yeah.
I tried to not speed run Red Dead, but like the third time I played Red Dead a couple of years ago, I just thought, just do the main missions. Just do the main missions and do that. Actually, the storyline's all over the place when you play just the main missions. It's still like, it's obviously like, it does not want to be played.
The characters feel they're surprised that you're back.
Yeah. Okay. Come in. I guess. Yeah. You've seen relationships develop so much. It's like Love Actually.
Why don't you go for a walk?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just get out of the house for a bit. It's that. Whereas I think actually the open world formula usually goes the opposite way around, where a big issue with open world games is you're set this urgent task and it's mad that you're going off and like helping someone like learn calligraphy in a side quest, and then you come back and they're like, "Have you found your son yet or not?" That's kind of whereas like Red Dead is kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
It's completely the opposite around. It really wanted you to spend time in that world.
We dabbled in Twitch streaming,
We did.
During
We both did
lockdown?
individually.
and I played the Return of the Obra Dinn on Twitch. And I think accidentally that was exactly the right pace to play that game because I'm a real binger of
Yeah.
everything. Food, games, I binge. That's my problem. And having to play Obra Dinn, this like intoxicating mystery game, just for like an hour every couple of days meant that like I was dreaming about it and I was thinking about it so much, and it was so much more rich and delicious for the delay.
I sometimes feel this with Dark Souls, but in a slightly different way, where because we're playing it in sort of chapters. The moment I have that sort of ecstatic feeling of achieving something and killing a boss,
Yeah.
I have to put the damn thing down.
Yeah.
As in, you insist upon it? or
No,
you're like,
as in like I'm like, well, I've done my homework for this week.
yeah.
We'll talk about it on the pod,
Yeah.
and then I'll wait to do the next bit. And it's like I've stopped before I've come. You go like, yes, and then you go, I'm done.
But I think that's good because then you don't have to deal with the shame afterwards and
Yeah,
stuff like that. But
that's
also,
true.
I think as well, it's quite good because you go. It's like when the fun stops. You go. I've
had my pie.
Yeah, at least you're ending not on the frustration of I can't defeat this boss. That's always the worst. It's like going to bed on an argument.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing. I played Demon Souls was the first thing I streamed on Twitch, which came before Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And I'd say it's possibly harder. Playing that with an audience is so fucking stressful.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Souls game with an audience.
Because also you get firstly you get a bunch of backseat drivers, people insisting you're not very good, and then also the occasional insane teenager who doesn't know what this game is, who is like, does this have like Christmas customizable skins? And you're like, look at the game, man. What do you think? and then when you try and reply, they go, I can't hear you. I'm in class right now. And you go, what? Go listen to your class.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. Because people kept on saying, like, people in the comments were like, Glenn has replied to you. Glenn has already replied to you. He'd be like, well, I can't hear because I'm on a Zoom class right now. Why are you asking questions?
Amazing.
Insane. Yeah.
I always found that strange whenever you encounter someone online where you go, you're the one who buys the elf hat. For 59 cents from the online store. I never thought I'd meet you.
Yeah, you bought the customized. Okay.
You bought the elf hat, didn't you?
Wow.
You bought the elf hat, didn't you? You sick fuck.
Yeah, that's what the guy spent all his money on in It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
But, where's the money? Where's the money?
He's wearing an outfit.
Yeah. Just flopping around.
It's staying on his
Yeah.
head.
Jingling.
Yeah, I'd have understood him throwing himself off a bridge after that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he spent it on elf hats.
Well, your money's not here. It's in his customizable skin. And in his customizable skin.
Anybody will buy anything. I mean, as I say, I've just been in Athens, and the amount of times Louisa and I walked by the biggest wooden bottle opener shaped like a cock. I've never seen one this big.
I own one.
Do
I got
you?
given one from a friend. And
People
it's so
buy
funny
them
'cause-
as a joke for their friends.
Yeah,
That's the
because-
only reason that they keep selling them is because there's a roaring trade of being
Irony
like,
industry.
let's buy this for the person who'll hate it the most.
Yes.
But we walked by it so many times and commented on it, going like, "Who the fuck is buying that massive cock?" That I was like, maybe we need to buy it.
Yeah, you got to fit in, you know.
Maybe we need to buy it just to get this out of our system.
It's for us.
Yeah.
It's 1% bottle opener. It's 99% dick. It's so
huge.
absurd.
Yeah.
It's the bottle opener's incidental. You go, it
Obscene.
also does this.
There's like a rolling
Yeah.
pin.
It does.
Oh my
It's
God.
huge.
Big-
It's like, yeah.
The Greeks love this kind of thing, though. That's just part of their history.
But they
And
hated...
the ancient Rome as well.
But dicks were grotesque for them. Like,
But-
big dicks were grotesque. That's
Yeah,
why
but-
old men are always pictured having huge boners.
But they're
whereas the
grotesque-
hottest guys had, like, minuscule dicks.
Tiny
But they're
little-
grotesque and funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why they're like, oh, ho, ho.
Yeah.
Whereas for the Romans, they were good luck. Cover their house in dicks.
Really?
For real. Yeah. They were like a lucky, like, oh, touch dick. You know, they would be like, they
they-
wanted something to happen.
They never really...
Touch dick.
Like,
Oh, touch dick.
yeah, Rice, son of Rome, never
Yeah.
covered this.
No.
Yeah, like, Rome Total War.
Rome Total War. When they do the little speech before the battle. Everyone touch your big wooden dicks and we will defeat these Gaul
I think
barbarians.
if feminism hadn't began like right when it did, I think the patriarchy would have managed to introduce touch dick as a luck thing.
Touched it, yeah.
Yeah, you probably ought to touch a dick.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it not as a good luck thing. I'm seeing it as someone who's been online for too long. Go outside and touch dick, man.
Yeah.
Somebody's been online and too chaste.
Yeah.
Like, just get out there and
You've been on
touch
incel
dick.
forums. You've been on 4chan too long. Just touch dick, man. Just touch dick. Yeah, by rights, Kratos should have like an invisible to the naked eye dick.
Or like a David.
Boy, I cannot see it.
He doesn't need a loincloth. It's just,
yeah.
It's like an animal's dick, where it's just inside and just balls, like a bull.
He keeps losing it mid-fight. He looks down. Fuck.
Awful.
Yeah, so that's a suggestion for a mod that someone can make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Michelangelo's David mod for all games set in the classical era.
That's the first thing. But I saw Michelangelo's statue, went around the back and took a picture of his ass because you never see it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justice for David's bum.
Justice for David's bum.
Imagine if it was a horrible bum.
Yeah, and it was like
You-
really
you
flat
went round
and
it,
very
like,
long.
It was like sagging and sort of,
But it also goes halfway up his back.
and you go, what the?
They go, yeah, he couldn't do bumps.
Like that weird edit of John Lennon. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Isn't that
and is
Photoshop then?
his bum's tiny, but Yoko's is massive with the other way
All
around.
the way around. Like,
Yeah.
his crack is massive and hers is like really tiny.
It's really, that's such a malicious image. I think it's the worst thing that's ever happened to him. But I need to thank a listener who only goes by on our Discord and online goes by the name Dirty Frog, but they are a normal man, a very, very normal, very charming person. He came up to me after my tour show in Nottingham the other week. And by the way, listeners, up your game, because he came up to me at the end of my show and he said, I've got something for you. And immediately I was nervous because I thought this can never be.
Wooden dick, bottle
Wooden
opener.
dick,
Wooden dick, bottle
yeah.
opener.
I was in the Seychelles recently and I thought you'd love this.
I thought of you.
Just gave me a full VR headset.
Whoa.
So I now just own.
What the fuck, Dirty Frog?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Wow.
No, I mean we can share it together. I'll bring it in for the next episode, and if anyone wants it, we'll just loan it out.
What the fuck, Dirty Frog?
It's nice.
That's amazing.
right. Yeah.
Where's mine?
If you put it
We'll
on,
share it together.
if you put it
joking,
on,
I'm
are you
joking,
just
that's
in his
lovely.
bedroom?
Yeah.
Hang on, it's
God,
only got
yeah.
one setting.
He's-
It's augmented reality, but only his life.
Yeah.
There's a back panel that's been glued shut. And you finally get it open. It says, "Nice try, Glenn."
Yeah. I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever played VR before? Either of you?
Yes.
A little bit.
What
A
did you
little bit.
play?
Just my friend has a VR headset, and I talked about this in the Halloween game. I tried to play Resident Evil.
Oh man,
just walked around the
that's-
house.
Yeah, that's gonna be a scary one.
And
oh yeah.
What's
I wouldn't
that
do
really fun one where the whole what's it called, super something,
Super Hot?
Super Hot, yeah.
Super Hot's great.
Where the,
You played Super Hot?
the
Yeah.
slower you, it's really simple. The graphics of it really simple. The enemies that you're sort of fighting are like mannequins. And it's very like Matrix style. You're just dropped into like a white room, and there'll be like a setup where there's like 3 mannequin style things, and you might have like a gun that you can pick up or a knife, or it might just be that you have to sort of punch. But they move as quickly as you do.
Yeah, time only moves when you move.
Oh.
So if you're moving slowly, if they've got guns and they're firing bullets at you, if you're moving slowly, the bullets are moving slowly.
So it's
So
the
you-
Matrix. So you're ducking.
So you
And
can
moving.
dodge.
That's cool.
It is.
But if you move quickly, you'll get shot in the head.
Right.
I think alongside Zelda Breath of the Wild with the motion controls, it is simultaneously the coolest game to play and most humiliating at the same time.
Yeah.
Because what you think you look like is utterly different to how you look.
Yeah.
I played it at a friend of mine. I had a tour show in Aberdeen just before lockdown, and I tried to get the Aberdeen to London train for like all day, like a 9-hour train. And it got stuck at Newcastle, and a friend of mine, Dave, lives in Newcastle, and so I stayed overnight at his, and he introduced me to Super Hot, and I thought I looked amazing, and then I watched him play it, and I was like, that's how I looked.
The
It's
VR
degraded- it's
headsets
degraded.
should come with a modesty tent.
Yeah.
It should be like an old-timey photographer. You put a
Yeah.
big cloak over your...
Or like,
Or like when they're shooting a horse after the Grand National.
it's the thing they put around you at the barbers.
Yeah.
Is your head okay? But
Yeah,
your body
yeah.
should just be a shroud.
It's so cool. It's such a good idea
It's
for a game.
really
And every
fun.
time you complete a level, it goes super hot.
Yeah.
That's nice. And then there was a Super Hot 2 as well. You can just play it. You can play it without VR. You can play it on a controller, and it's still good fun. But in VR, it's like that's exactly the immersive experience you want. I think for the most part, in VR, people just want to go on a roller coaster. That's what they want to
Yeah,
do.
they do.
I just played like the kind of, I think it was the stuff that sort of comes with the VR thing, where it's like shooting balloons and you throw a paper airplane.
Right.
But if you don't do it exactly right, it just, cannons into the floor. And it's very sensitive. But like, I love the gun one, man. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's
really cool.
I am your beast, but in slow motion, essentially.
I want to try that. That sounds fucking great.
Right, should we do some gripes?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to go over to the Patreon in a second and get really gripey. And by the way, if you do enjoy Button Boys, then obviously, give us a nice review on Spotify. Follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube. But also, if you want an extra episode every single week, then you can sign up to our Patreon, which is only £5 a month. Also, if you just want to sign up to the free tier of the Patreon, you get access to our Discord, where there's hundreds and hundreds of like-minded gamers just like yourself, and it's a very lovely community. And everyone's nice, and everyone's normal, and it's a very pleasant place to be. But we do lots of gripes in our Patreon episode, and my one to kick us off this time, ice levels in games where the ice makes your character slide around a bit. I've never ever enjoyed that in my life.
Really?
And I don't know why it's in a game. Yeah, where it's suddenly, if it's like a platformer, and then when you're on the ice now, it just makes you just slide just a few inches to the right or left. Who's it for? Do you like it?
The realism fans.
No, but it's not, because it's not like you go like fully arse up in the air and you smack down into the ground like you would on ice, or like your feet just start skidding loads. It's just a thing where like your character just moonwalks slightly from one side to the other, and you've just got to be
could
more
you sort of actively skid? Are you talking about like?
No, I mean like on something like Hollow Knight, maybe, where it's all like jumping onto miniature
yeah.
platforms, and then in an ice level, it's like your character will you can't stay still. Your character will just slide from one side to the left. I like to be able to stay still in a game. I like to be like, in the absence of a pause button, just leave the controller and it's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I just don't get why it's persisted, because no one loves it. It's like swimming in games. No one loves it.
Yeah. It's an easy way to make something just sort of slightly escalate the difficulty level, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but
it's to make 80% of the people playing go, oh. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah, because you get that noise.
Go,
they just want that noise.
The ice is slippy.
Yeah.
Well, I never.
Oh.
Well, we'll have plenty more gripes, and also we're going to be back next week. It's been such a treat having you listening to us. We'll see you next week on Button Boys. You've been Sarah Keyworth, you've been Pierre Novelli, and I've been Glenn Moore, and we'll see you next Thursday. Tatty bye.
Oh, I hate that.
Button Boys.